Hey Revivers, what's up? So this week for Coach's Corner, I kind of wanted to take a different approach and talk about my story when it comes to my why in training. Now we all have our whys, and for me, my why is more of a performance based and competing, and I have my goals along those lines. But I want to talk about how I've transitioned in my mindset when attacking and pursuing those goals. And hopefully, when talking about this, I think it's a mindset that when people hear CrossFit, they often have. And often don't know how to make the transition because of what we see on social media from day to day, what we see online, these guys with six packs thinking more is better, more is better. When more isn't always better, sometimes it's less. So that kind of leads into where, as my CrossFit journey began, I thought more was better. I thought AMRAP after AMRAP, after EMOM, after strength set was better. I never followed a true path of progression. I never let my body rest. And because of this, this past winter, about a month out from the Open, keep in mind I had trained 2-3 times a day every day leading up to the Open. And come time to compete, I was training with Jeremy, and I heard a pop when I was doing my pull-ups, and I had torn my labrum. So from there, it was an eye-opener. I was sitting there, training was everything to me. I couldn't train anymore. So I had to take time to educate myself in how to take a step back and take the right steps forward. So in doing so, I began rehab, and I started to learn different fundamental movements and the imbalances that I had, so on and so forth. And through rehab, I kind of had to decide, what was I going to do when I got back into training so this wouldn't happen again? So all this hard work I was putting in was going to be meaningful hard work. Was it going to be mobility 5 times a day? Was it going to be eating better so my body was more equipped to train, so on and so forth? So from there, about 5-6 months later, I was able to start training again. And in my training, I found a purpose. And by purpose, I mean when days called for split jerking overhead or push pressing overhead, at the time I didn't have the mobility to go overhead. So what was the purpose of the workout when looking at the push press? Well, it was building strength up and overhead. So how could I build strength up and overhead while still moving with a fundamental purpose? For me, it was a trap 3 raise. I was still building that strength in the shoulders, still building strength up and overhead, but I was doing it safely, and I was doing what worked for me. So I did that with the power clean. I couldn't power clean safely, so I did clean pulls until I could get my form down. With the bench press, I couldn't bench press without any pain, so how was I going to build my chest up? I did FLR static holds. I did tempo push-ups at body weight. I did light floor press and tricep extensions, which still strengthening that press. Again, finding ways that I could move with a purpose. So once I found how to train with a purpose and I was almost doing less, but really I was doing more, I finally got back into the full swing of training, and I PR'd every single lift by 30 to 50 pounds. The reason I tell you this is because it's a testament where you don't always have to be smashing your face in. You don't always have to be doing the pretty Olympic lifts to get the stimulus on your body. And the reason, again, I'm telling you this is because now I truly believe it, and I never did believe it before. And it's something that it's hard to believe if you're coming from that traditional CrossFit phase in your training. So all I have to say is, from me to you revivers, and especially as I promote myself as somebody that trains at a higher intensity level, that more isn't always better. Have your purpose. Look at the workout. Why am I doing this workout? Is it an upper body strength cool, how can I find a movement that suits me, suits my fitness while still being able to build that upper body strength? I hope you guys enjoy this little chat here that we had, this little personal journey that I've been on in the past year. If you have any questions, how I did my rehab, how I changed my mindset more, I'd be more than happy to talk. Other than that, hope to see you guys at the grand opening tomorrow. It's going to be a ton of fun, and if I don't, enjoy your weekend and